How did the wilderness impact the Chancellorsville battle? Imagine fighting in a forest so thick that you can barely see your own hand in front of your face. That's what the wilderness was like during the Battle of Chancellorsville. It was a dense, tangled area with lots of trees, underbrush, and narrow paths. This kind of terrain made moving troops and artillery really tricky for both sides. Soldiers couldn't see for ahead, sometimes only a few feet, which caused a lot of confusion. Troops often lost their way or accidentally fired on their own men because of the poor visibility. The thick woods also made it hard for artillery to be effective. There was hardly any open space for cannons to fire properly, so their impact was limited. The wilderness actually helped the Confederate Army more than the Union. Confederate leaders, especially Lieutenant General Thomas Jackson, knew the terrain well. They used the woods to hide their movements and launch surprise attacks. Jackson's famous flank attack was made possible because the cover of trees and underbrush allowed him to approach the Union right flank without being seen. The Union Army, led by Major General Joseph Hooker, found it tough to use their numbers and artillery advantages. The terrain forced them into a defensive position around Chancellorsville, as they couldn't maneuver easily or fight openly. Fires often started from the gunfire, trapping wounded soldiers and making the battlefield even more dangerous. The close quarters and chaos of fighting in such dense woods made the battle brutal and confusing. Overall, the wilderness shaped the battle by limiting visibility, making maneuvering difficult, and giving the Confederates a big advantage in surprise attacks. It also pushed the Union into a defensive stance, which affected how the battle played out and ultimately influenced the outcome.